to greet the morning as the sunlight bathes the sky. The air is slowly warming, and Mama Robin cries. I hear water gently flowing. I'm at peace and I know why. It's time that I get going. Another day of the divine. The light in me sees the light in you, and the light in you see me too. We're finally free, no longer two. The light in me sees the light in you. And traffic horns are blowing, people rushing to and fro. I don't know where they're going, I just smile and watch them go. I hear water gently flowing. I'm at peace and I know why. It's time that I get going. Another day of the divine. The light in me sees the light in you, and the light in you can see me too. We're finally free, no longer two. The light in me sees the light in you. Separation is illusion. Competition is a waste. I've come to one conclusion, and that is love is never late. People try to sell solutions, but I found the one that's free. I'm just a part of you, and you're just a part of me. Sun is slowly sinking, vibrant color paints the sky. I just sit here without thinking, and I hear a night bird cry. I hear water gently flowing. I'm at peace and I know why. It's time that I get going. Another dream of the divine. The light in me sees the light in you, and the light in you can see me too. We're finally free, no longer two. The light in me sees the light in you, the light in finally free, no longer to the light in me. She's the light in you.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
everyone. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. I just wanted to play that for us this morning. That was done by Robert Mann or Everyman Productions. And Robert's on here most of the time on Sundays with us. And I don't know if he's on here today, but he is usually with us. And that was done by him. He does a whole lot of different productions, and they're so great. So great. And that was one of my favorites. And so I thought I'd play that for you this morning. And I'm going to check and see who's here now. Let's see who's here. There's my sissy, my brother-in-law. Hey, y'all. The first one's here today. And then there's Bernie Byrne. Bernie, how you doing? And there's Yvette in Pittsburgh. Hey, Yvette. And then there's Dee and George. I dreamed about y'all last night. So it's time, girl. Y'all got to call us or something. We dreamed about you. Then there's Kathy. Hey, Kathy, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Sandra's here this morning. Good morning, Sandra. John Grace is in the house. Yes, he is. And Jill's here. Hey, Jill. Yes, beautiful people. Brother Blue's here. Hey, Brother Blue. Been still praying with Brother Blue. Hopefully he'll be able to get his surgery real soon. They're so booked up. We're trying to move him up. We're going to move him up. If he can get it done, get it done. And we're blessed. We're praying for you and blessing you today, Brother Blue, and declaring that you have some relief from the discomfort that you have. Keep him in mind, you guys. Keep him in your hearts and lift him up. Give him some light. Send him some light and some love. There's Everyman. There's Robert and Denise. Yeah, chicken and dumplings.
Humpty Dumpty.
Chicken and dumplings. There's Noelle on
the wall. She's waking up and seeing us all.
There's Pearl. Hey, Sister Pearl. And she's hoping that everybody's doing well. We are so far. We're doing pretty good today.
Everybody's doing good.
Pretty good today. Thank you for wishing us all that love and sending us that love. I don't know what we're going to do today. Do you know what we're going to do today?
What would you got over there to start with?
I don't know. We've been talking about a lot of things this week, and just had some things, just a couple of things that I remember us talking about. We talked about the black box a little bit. We also talked about
the demiurge.
Yeah, the demiurge. Demiurge is, let's see, let me get where my people can see what they're typing on the screen. Fix that for you. The demiurge is, and Robert maybe can explain this a little better than I can, but I know a little bit about it. It's another term for a false god, or the Luciferic principle that Pastor and I have often talked about, and the one that is imposing itself as the true God. So there's not a lot of
the kill and steal and destroy inside.
And sometimes the God, particularly, our camera went out. Particularly the one in the Old Testament is a vengeful, punishing God. And I sometimes refer back to what Carlton Pearson said, and before he passed, he said, the Bible really isn't, I won't say it like that. He said, the Bible is more than just the word of God. He said, you can look at it that way, but it's mostly primitive man's view of God and concept of God. And that has evolved over the centuries, and it's still evolving. The concept of God is still changing in people's minds, and a lot of people no longer see God as that vengeful, punishing, judgmental God. Some still do, unfortunately, think that that's the way God is, but it is not. That is the demiurge or false God. Um, so, yeah, that's we talked about that some this week. We also talked about how that, well, it started with this. This is what I read to you earlier this week, where I said, it talked about how people hear, how when you say something to them, how they hear it, how it comes to them, how it's interpreted. And it just reads like this: that people don't hear truth objectively. They hear it through the filter of their current emotional state, through the filter of their beliefs, through the filter of their identity. And I'll say identities because there's more than one most times. And they're also, it filters through their fears. So by the time the truth is spoken to a person, by the time it reaches the heart, the mind, it filters through all of that's in the mind. And sometimes they don't hear it all and will resist it because of that.
What caused me to understand the true identity separated from the demiurge, the dark side, is when I found out that the eternal self is the breath of God that we are, going in and out of the body through breathing.
Yeah.
And I found out that through research into my experience of near-death-like experience, the body quits, but we don't. We leave it.
Yes.
So that it leaves the body is a real identity. And you can't kill it. You can't burn it. It has a part of it that's connected to a soul that feels. And of course, the book says that when we to be separated, what it says about separation from God is separation from God is the mind working from the demiurge. Is that the way you say that?
The demiurge?
The demiurge, yeah. The mind is constantly talking in order to keep the demiurge satisfied from allowing us to see the truth behind it.
Well, I'll say it like this, and I understand exactly what you mean. The mind, which we call the chaotic mind, many times, because so many voices, there's so many voices in the head. Let me know if you guys are hearing and seeing us, because I keep seeing us the screen goes black and then it comes back. And so let me know if you're hearing and seeing us clearly. I don't know if there's something going on with the streaming. If it is, we will make sure that we do whatever. Just Sharon's here. Hey, darling, good to have you.
Yep, good to see you.
Just let me know if you're hearing and seeing us clearly. Not sure what's going on with this. It's doing some funny again.
It's not us. We are aware of it, but not us. It is not us that's doing all the talking all the time. So what happens when you wake up aware of your identity, you are able to also be able to separate those thoughts that coming through the mind. And the book is said, believe not thought, but try the spirit or test the spirit or whatever, separate the spirit from what is the demiurge versus the voice in it. Now, this is what I found out also. The voice that we think is satanic urge is what people are dealing with when they go into a deliverance ministry.
He said, "You are fading in and out, sweetheart. We're fading in and out." So I'm not sure why we are. Not sure what's going on with that.
Now, like we having trouble fading in and out, but some of us are seeing. That's a good example of how the demiurge, through the mechanics of this apparatus, is not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But what is perfect is us sitting here, us going on
Mm-hmm.
in the screen and in the sound.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not the consistent voice in our heads talking. We are the ones who do it.
Right.
But
Right.
you watch it, cause is another word for Lucifer
Mm-hmm.
and Satan and demonic forces and witchcraft and all that stuff. That's just a sophisticated way of saying, giving the same thing a different way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
But pure self, I hear people talk about this. I'm perfect. Which eye is saying that? When you discern that there is a perfect us. If God is everywhere, also standing right there and out there listening.
Mm-hmm.
Song Robert Mann talked about, the light in me, the light in you.
Mm-hmm.
That light that we are on this side is the same light that's on your side.
Yes. Yes.
I looked at some houses this morning when walking the dog, and I saw 2 rows of trees, houses, and the property line. The property line was going down these was 2 roads. It was right there facing each other.
Mm.
When I looked at the roads, it had a path that went straight through from the left side to the trees. And I said, we are the middle path.
Mm-hmm.
If you go deeper into discerning this, that we more than the middle path, but actually the stillness in between the trees,
Mm-hmm.
beyond the grass, beyond the path, we are beyond that.
We're like the eye of the storm.
That's right.
The
Now,
eye, and we're in the eye. There's no disturbance.
just like getting in the ocean, you're getting the waves mixed up with the ocean. The waves are coming and going, but the ocean is the whole circumference of the entire water.
It's interesting. This going in and out of this streaming day is an example of what I just read.
Yeah.
How that when the truth is spoken, it has to filter through the emotional state of that person, the identities, the beliefs, the fears, all of the things that that person has accumulated as conditionings. It filters through that. Even while we're speaking out, this going out, that's a good example of how hearing how most people are hearing the
and we hear with awareness.
And we're hearing, but we're hearing in
right.
bits and pieces.
So one side, left side, and the right side, the actual us is more than just the middle path. We are above and over, around, and in the whole thing as the observer.
Mm-hmm.
And the observer is not good or bad. It's just observer.
It
just is. It does not age. It does not stop. Yeah. It does not get tall. It does not get short. It is not wide. It is not narrow. It is not wet. It is not dry. It is not up. It's not down. It's not in and out. Right. Just like we're experiencing on the screen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I hope you guys have catching on. And who was that? Kathy said something on here a few minutes ago. Get back, Kathy.
She said we're fading in and out.
Okay. There was something else. Yeah, fading in and out. Yeah. That's a good example. She said fading in and out is 1 minute we are aware of it, and it seems like the next minute we're not. That is not the real.
It's the truth trying to get through the mechanism.
Yeah,
And that's what's happening here.
that's good. That's
John
good.
Greason says it this way. He said that's you. It's ebbing and tide, and
Like
a lot of us experience this enlightenment that way. That's the way it happens.
the light that you are is the light in every man. So you are in every man, but remove the in out, you are every man. But if you remove the man out, you are everywhere.
True.
You are everywhere. Without, you have to add in there patience. You don't have to leave. You don't have to try to study it, but you study it because there's a part of you that still resists what is being found out, or what has been always aware of.
And what keeps us and those things is because we don't want to be going in and out. At some point, we want a constant steady stream.
My old mentor used to say, God don't talk all the time. Well, let's say it like this. Presence speaks. And it's not operating sometimes all the time or no time.
Right.
So 24/7 is omitted. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is omitted. When I was aware,
you know, when you said something that there was a moment, a period of time when I was collecting clocks, and I have several large clocks in different places in the house, but none of them are working. So I looked at this morning. It's ironic that you mentioned that, because I looked at the clock this morning as I passed it, and I thought to myself, I've got all of these clocks and none of them are working. In our house, time has stood still. This is what I realized, that we are learning to live outside of the boundaries of time and space.
The Christ that we are, when we see people speak to each other seemingly separated, we see and hear with awareness the Christ people when we say good morning. The Christ in that lady walking the streets this morning spoke to me. I know by knowing, and I'm now more aware of it because I constantly hear the words, I see you. I know who you are. It's us turning around or being what we turn around, talking to Christ in each other, or the Christ is talking to himself.
I'm beginning to realize and discover that Christ is not someone that comes and goes inside a being.
That's right.
But
that part of us don't live right or live wrong.
Right. And we've still equated the word Christ, or that is Christ, with God coming and going.
Yeah, but
it actually in our DNA.
Yeah, that's right. And this is not something that we in this final world, things are actually set up so that we not be aware of our identity. I think our true identity is a boy, male, or female. We're born at times, and then now at a certain age, and we are black or white. That does not. When I saw the Christ self, Jesus, I found out that he was the image of my true identity, looking at of his true identity as what we call me and us.
Yes.
I like that, because when I say that, there's an activation awareness inside my consciousness that is rest.
Now I've got a lot of people who popped in that we love dearly. That's Sinette, all the way from Denmark. Hey, Sinette, bless your heart. I'm glad you're here. I had you on my mind all this week. You're doing well. There's my other bud,
Oliver J. Jr.
My honey buns. That's Oliver and Yolanda.
Oliver,
and Yo-Yo. That's my favorite.
Yeah, Yo-Yo.
Good morning, you guys. I just wanted to acknowledge that they were here. I think Leslie popped in as well. Leslie
Yeah.
popped in
Yeah.
sometime while we were talking. So yes, it's important that we're also discovering that not only is Christ in the DNA of every one of us, but because we are having, we do have what I had given before, the filter,
Mhm.
the filter of our emotional state, the filter of our beliefs and all of that. The Christ that is in the DNA of every last one of us has to also filter through that, through our conscious minds.
Mhm.
And so that's why it feels like an ebbing and a tiding, but there is actually no movement.
When I look at the evangelists, the faith, and the different ministers, they constant argument about what is of God and what is not.
The peers of our past, I'm going to call
Yeah.
them that.
Mhm.
The peers of our past.
And they're constantly putting out what is error and wrong in each other. That's not the Christ self. The Christ self is observing what they're saying, but it is not that part of us that is pick out.
Well, you know, get that from children get behavior from those that they watch and those that are set in their lives as example. So if in fact those peers of our past are watching the demiurge and trying to follow the demiurge and trying to follow that punishing, judgmental God, they obviously would go in the same direction and do the same thing.
You remind me, Moody said, one of the sages said, make peace with the chaotic mind. The chaotic mind. Now, as you get older in the illusionary world of the finite, the spirit world that you are made out of inside of these suits, Clark Kent is always there. And you're not trying to get rid of things like you used to. Let me put it, actually gets rid of everything is the Christ identity. Now, the Christ identity is not religious.
Right.
That's what I want to say. Christ identity is not Methodist, Presbyterian, Holiness, Baptist, Church of God in Christ. The Christ identity is not a apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher.
None of those labels.
None of those labels is the identity of the Christ awareness of the Christ identity. The Christ identity didn't have a name. Just use the Christ identity was using the name Jesus.
Now, the scripture, this is very familiar with in the attitude talks about in Matthew 5 and blessed are the peacemakers. They shall be called the children of God. So peacemakers. There's very few peacemakers nowadays. And people who are bringing comfort, people who are bringing good news, people are bringing a gentleness and a place of rest for
you remind me of when I worked in R.J. Reynolds in Whitaker Park in here in North Carolina. I used to work in the department that sends the material out to the machines that make cigarettes. And I used to go out on the floor, which was right next to where my apartment was. But I used to go out there and watch the machines make cigarettes. Your maker, them boys, when they watch the making the cigarettes, it wraps them the paper and everything, and paper on the roll. All the person has to do that actually not run the machine was supply paper and make it when it comes up in that he unstop it so it can go to its making. And everything that is made, he has to gather it up and put it in a tray and then change the tray for another one to be filled up.
Mm-hmm.
So all he do is sit there all night. Now, a good leader, what he does is make sure that the blocks are not interfering with what the machine is making or what the maker is producing.
Yeah.
And so he sit there and old gets around with the good machinist sits there with his machine on and 6 to 7, 8 hours and never stop because of flaw.
Mm.
Oh, that's something.
Mm.
Oh, Lordy.
Mm-hmm.
And all he does is correct the machine when it comes against an impasse or something that's blocking it from continuing to make. But the actual machine, it makes noise. It's automatic. It doesn't strain. Only thing the machine does when it makes it the cigarettes is stop because something is normal. So what the machine does is that they can train him out and the different parts. Actually, when he's hired, they put him on a machine. Somebody else that actually been trained to watch it. So all the watcher observer, he's observing everything. He knows when the bobbin thread runs out. What I've got to play now. It start making noise, and if you don't stop it in time, it'll break the. I don't know how many needles for the last 4 weeks, and then I'm talking about gold needles, and some of them would go through the fabric, but because the fabric, the house, and those layers are so thick that when the needle pushes itself from the machine down through the material, it's so thick that the thread break.
Okay, now you mechanical.
Yeah, I'm going to the mechanics of it, but I'm making a point is that these machines are called makers. This is what our body is doing.
So the peacemakers.
The peacemakers
is what we are. It's what we are.
Is what we are actually causing the hair to grow on these bodies and the eyes to blink.
Yeah, but more than that, the peacemakers are those of us who are in this world to bring peace to the world.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So what we describe is what the peacemaker is and does, but the peacemaker does not get upset.
No,
the peacemaker
never gets upset because that's what it's.
That's what it is.
It's made to not have anything upset.
There you go. And distractions is not something that the peacemaker get upset about.
Right, right.
So whoever runs the machine, just say it like this: the operator is called the one that operate the machine. The operator actually fix the machine and set it where it will be flawless.
Okay.
So the operator and the machine actually become one.
Okay. You've gotten really analytical there, so I'm following you. Though I think I'm following you. Yeah. Let me see what Robert's saying. He says, "Imagine we're still going in and out, so hopefully they're hearing us." Said, "Imagine the Creator a field of pure conscious, create spontaneous, divine love," and that's exactly what it is. This is projected from Source into your heart and stands you up. Life force. Now imagine an ancient artificial intelligence system that broadcasts wirelessly into our brains. And that's what we're saying. The demiurge is that chaotic, the thought processes that are chaotic in our mind. Or I like this, the millions of voices in our head The millions of voices in our
Millions
head.
of voices.
That is the demiurge. That is the false god. That is the artificial intelligence. That is what's causing us to have this sensation of ebbing and tiding when it's actually actually nothing changing, but it gets our attention. You said distractions. It gets our attention so that we forget for a moment who we are and what we are. And
I'm glad you said that. Forget, because the Christ consciousness does not remember or forget.
Right. And so Robert,
I said remember or forget.
Yes. So
remember.
Yeah, remember. So this, Robert says, this is the voice in the head, and that's exactly what it is. The God of this world, a liar, a murderer from the beginning, Satan. You can call it Satan, you can call it the devil, you can call it the carnal mind, you can call it Lucifer.
Call it anything.
Yeah, we call it the demiurge, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And even Eckhart Tolle, who wrote the book A New Earth, he says it's the pain body. It's the pain body.
Okay.
It's just the voice in the head. And it's talking to everybody. Everybody has that. Everybody has that. Some of us have been graced to have been free from the chaotic mind to a sense that they've learned to distance themselves from it. We talked about it like this. That's the black box. We can call it the black box. The black box, it lives in every last one of us. And you explained this years ago, talking when you gave us this whole teaching series about the black box, how that in every transporting
trains, airplanes,
planes, whatever, they've got what they call a black box, so that when anything happens in that particular thing,
it stores
what happened,
the event.
It stores it, and it knows exactly what happened in the event when it fails or has a problem. And we all have black boxes.
Yeah.
And so, but what happens is with the mechanism, like Robert's saying, it's constantly broadcasting. Some of us are constantly visiting the box.
Well, and the other thing is, a lot of us got a black box with a lid on it, and it stays open.
It's open all the time because we're constantly listening to it. It's pulling us in. It's drawing our attention. I gave you an example of the night we were talking about this. How, what if a person had a family who was on a plane and that plane crashed, and that person was given the opportunity to hear the black box and what it had recorded? Why would that person want to go back and hear that every day? All day.
Wow, you gotta give me the point. Why would something called person want to hear that every day?
Go back and hear that painful thing every day. But this is what we tend to do. We go back and we listen, and we allow the broadcasting to run in us until we actually feel the pain over and over again.
Pain body develop.
Yeah, over and over again. Now, this is what else Robert says. It's the lie, the murder from the beginning, Satan, the devil, the carnal mind. You extend from the carnal mind, you from the creator. The demiurge insists upon driving us through hacking our brains. Yes, and that's what it does. That's what it does.
PTSD is a good example.
It hacks our brains. Now, Jim Reese is also saying this. I'm just giving you some of the comments that they're saying. John said this. He said, over on McConnell Road, Pastor, you said something that he remembers. He said it drove home to him. He said, you said Jesus didn't walk 6 inches above the sheep goat droppings.
What? Did I say that?
Yeah. He said,
somebody said. Say that again. Say that. Read that again.
Yeah. That Jesus did not walk 6 inches above the sheep goat droppings.
Wow. Did I say that?
I don't know.
Somebody said.
Sounds pretty good.
I don't remember.
Good. Yeah.
That's okay.
Now, Sonetta is saying something. She said, yes, it is get who we are, we forget who we are, frightened by the idea of separation from ourselves. That is our source, but we can never be separated from what we are, which is Christ. Yes.
The Christ self is universal. It's not a man or an individual separated
yes.
from one another.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we've equated it with
Now,
that.
you know what? With all that we've said, that's enough to chew on
Yeah, it is. It
till
is
we come
definitely.
back the next time.
It
And
is.
and you know what? When you were in school, that Christ self was in school at the same place.
Yeah, well, it was.
And now the school
Yeah.
for the Christ is, everyone say came to this world to wake up to our true identity in this story.
Mhm. So now this I want to say to all of us.
I like this kind of stuff.
Robert saying not to miss his punchline. Let me see. What did I miss, Robert? What did I miss?
The devil.
Extend the demiurge insists upon driving us through hacking our brains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Is that the punchline? I got it. I got that. That's true. It hacks. We had someone else that used to come to our class, and they said this that the ego hacks the truth. It hijacks the truth.
Yeah, I heard that. That's right. That's right.
That's another way of saying it. Just another way of saying
So
it.
now, there is a rest, but some people are saying, my mind is so busy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, it's constantly over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
The demiurge
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
is the conditioning world that causes the mind to operate or to develop. I don't always say, I'm trying to say something there, but find the right word. It is that's constantly revealed us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we fall into the belief that it is us,
Mm-hmm,
yes,
mm-hmm.
and start
thinking.
And start believing that all those thoughts and voices are actually coming from us, and they're not.
The mind jump into itself and turn around and talk like it is itself, and then they turn around and talk it's not it.
You did say that, and that Jesus was in there with us and not separated from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus called him out. Go ahead and read the rest of what Robert said.
Yeah. Printing something. He said, you extend from the creator. Yes, the deer insists upon driving us through hacking our brains. Jesus called him out. Yeah, he did. And look, Robert, I had this in awakening. Jesus had to go, if this narrative is true, and Jesus had to go to the cross and all that. It was scripture that said, please God to bruise him. To bruise him.
I mean, he was getting something pleasure out of that. No one don't look at things like
it's the mind. That's true.
Abraham killed Isaac.
Yeah. See, you got all those incidents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Robert says Jesus called him out, and Jesus broke its rules. Yes, he did. And Jesus opposed its system. Yes, it did. Mm-hmm. The veil was torn by Jesus himself. And we talked about the veil. Mm-hmm. The veil actually, we talked about this, how the veil is that emotional, that emotional state that the truth has to break through when he's coming through when it's being spoken to us. The veil is that those beliefs that are limiting beliefs or resisting the truth when it comes. The veil consists of all of the false identities that we've accumulated over the period of time. The veil consists of the fears and all of that we have. So the veil that talked about in the Old Testament, that tabernacle, that veil Jesus split if the narrative is true, when he came out of the body, and that veil is what is now causing us to not see or hear the truth clearly. It's been split. It's been split. So let me go on. The veil was torn by Jesus himself from top to bottom to reveal that fake AI God that spoke from the ark, instructing humans in mechanical thinking, living, and being. Jesus did not emerge to reconcile you to what he reveals as false. Jesus was murdered for telling you the truth and asking you to take up your cross and whatever. I don't see all of the comment, Robert. So if I don't read it all, it's because I don't see it all. Okay. It's not because I'm not trying to. I just can't see it all. But yes, so I understand thoroughly what Robert is saying. I understand thoroughly. It is the false God, and Jesus came to show it up. He did. And this is why, like with the woman caught in the act of adultery, he, the law said to do such and such and such, kill her, kill this woman. And they were ready to stone her, but that was from the false God. The false God wanted to punish this woman.
Let's look at a certain case we've been working with in Tennessee. One side wants to banish another side, and the other side wants to fuss and rage and fight. One side says a group of people come together to excommunicate somebody because they were doing things in the ministry that was not ethical.
Right.
I looked at this thing the other day, just between last night and this morning. The Christ self has never excommunicated us or excommunicated anybody.
Right.
The demiurge does.
Sure.
That's it like this. How long has the Christ self been the life of these bodies with flaws and never cast it out or itself leave itself because something didn't smell right? Now, this because I say it like that, because there's a monkey, you don't have to show your tail.
Right.
Some people
endorsing anything.
Yeah, not endorsing. That's I like that.
Yeah.
We're not getting legalistic with these freedom of the Christ self to the point where I can smoke, dip, and cuss and do and shoot and rage and drink and get drunk. That's okay. You ain't gonna get rid of the Christ self. The Christ identity.
Well, not only that, anything that we do is still got consequences. So
there's consequences in that
we're
world.
not endorsing or any of that.
Then I found out karma is the demiurge. Sowing and reaping.
Yeah. Is
the demiurge. Yeah. Getting even. The demiurge is the tariffs. You hear the word, the definition, requested more outside because they're not out something that qualifies to the demiurge status. And when the demiurge status is not satisfied with something, it goes to something else. It wants this. It ain't never satisfied. It can't find what it's looking for. It's lost. Right. It's demiurge that says you don't backslid. Meaning backslid means you don't left the demiurge in its.
I'm not to say demiurge 50 times.
But I'm emphasizing that because even though it's many times, they're catching it.
I know.
But let's go on because it seems like there's some part of the Luciferian principle in that area that believes that it is perfect.
Well, and going back to the Luciferian principle, we've always talked about, that's been our interpretation, really, of what the demiurge, the false God is.
Yeah.
And you can see it in the Old Testament where there's a passage said, I will ascend above the heavens.
That's it.
I will exalt myself, and I will be like the Most High. That itself is the demiurge.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
God has never had the Christ has never had a problem with what we read in the book that says we are one. God and I are one.
Mhm.
He that has seen me has seen the Father.
Yeah.
Do you know the Father is just another term for the eternal self?
Mhm. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, what we're saying is removing the sticks in the hay, but the hay does not cease to exist because there's sticks in it.
Right. Right.
But we are now to the point of awareness.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
machines in the factory, the operator was always aware. He's sitting in a chair. He don't do nothing but look, watch, and observe
Mhm.
and correct. Now there is a correction without reactions.
So there's a correction without punishment.
That's reactions.
Yes.
That's right.
Without punishment.
That's right.
And I learned this from my friend Oliver. He talks about how that the first thing I heard him say that really stuck with me was that God never punishes, he only corrects.
And like I we say, he doesn't subtract, he add, but even in subtracting and adding, that principle is brought to rest.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, now we are the noticing of the noticer. We are the noticer of the thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We are the notice. You notice what he said. You notice what she looked like. Did you notice that? I didn't know she was that. I didn't know that was going that way. And at the same time, you're saying, well, knock me down and call me shorty.
Now, when we talk about the demiurge, the false god, the um, Luciferian principle, we or the artificial intelligence, as Robert calls it, that is hijacking us, our mind, our being. We're actually talking. We're actually bringing to you that there is the process of deconstruction that's going on. There is a deconstruction that's taking place, meaning what has been constructed is now being torn down. A lot of the beliefs that we've had, uh, perceptions, or I should conceptions that we've had about God and about how things actually are, how reality actually is, that's being deconstructed, meaning it's being torn down because what we have believed in the past has been false. And who we've been following and trying to obey has been false. And that false God has been running, for the most part, religion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
not only religion, but all the systems, but it's hiding within religion.
You know, I just thought about something. The demiurge in the machines when I was in the factory did not know
Let me see.
what we were doing on the other side of the wall to give the machine something to do. So that part of us that's constantly looking for something to do for God.
Mhm.
This stuff
Because
is
we feel like we've got to please.
oh, come
We've got
on.
to
That's
please.
blood
But
sacrifices there
that,
again.
yeah, that is not the true God that requires us to please him, to praise him,
I'm telling
to
you, too.
worship him.
The more you mess with, I don't know what you, I don't know. You know, you almost get to play where you don't know how to say things when it comes down to
And
seeing.
well, and I say this, you almost, for the two of us, we
Mhm.
get to the place where we are seeing so much that we almost can't say it because we know how detrimental it'll be to somebody who's believing something
That's
else.
right. That's right. And the
How
wars
it
and the
can,
fighting and killing it is
oh,
all in the demiurge side
yeah,
of people misplacing,
how they really,
misunderstanding.
really believe that they're right.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And
yeah.
and they will kill. I was studying somebody with in a certain part of Africa that missionaries would go over there and work with some of the African people in certain parts. And if they found anybody in their home or in a place where they was homosexual or
They would kill them.
they would kill them
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because God is telling them to kill them and wipe them out in order to clean up stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now we've got some comments, and I'm hoping that they're still with us, because we don't know if this thing's going in and out or not. Sinette said this back sometime while we were talking. Let me put my glasses on so I can see it. She says, only truth exists means Christ. I'm not sure what exists or what you're trying to say there, but we know what you're saying. Christ, love. The rest is illusions. Yes. Talking about an imposter is attached to the idea of separation. So judgment keeps us away from miracles, which is the extension of love, which is the I am. Yes.
His judgment from that side, I never should have said that. I wish I never talked about that. That's what I dealt with last night with my niece. And then she said it was revealed. That's not you judging.
Right. That's not you judging yourself or the other person. Yes. Yes.
And I said, and then said, and then the mind keeps going over and over and over and over, trying to pick out. Look at this. Watch this. It's that part of the mind that's in the demiurge, or keep saying that word, that picking out what was of God and what was not.
That's true. That's true.
I looked at this thing. I said, what? Yeah. This color, that color, like this better than that. I don't like him because, I just don't feel good.
Well, even, and even just coming on these sessions with us, there's some who may not like what we say or how we say it. And there are times when you and I will use separation language. We'll use separation
and
language.
we'll use it in this separated world.
And if a person really doesn't want to hear separation language, it'll turn them off. But again, that's because the truth of what we're saying and what we're bringing or conveying, not trying to convince a person of, we're simply presenting to them what we ourselves are discussing.
It's a good saying.
And so we discuss certain things, we bring to you, even though sometimes we feel like maybe they're not quite ready to hear this.
Where does this term come from? Now you see me, no, you don't.
Where did it come from?
That's a phrase that be used. Now you see me, now you don't. Once in a while, we'll say, we look at some people and they're praising God, and He showed up. When they stop praising God, they might back step themselves and say, and the preacher get to preaching, and they'll stop shouting because of the music. And then when they sit down, what happens to God when they stop shouting? What happens to God when they leave the church? I'm just taking natural things. What happened to God where is God when we go to church to hear a good sermon? Where is God in a eulogy? Where is God in a wedding? Where is God when it's raining? Where is God when it's cold, when it's hot? Where is God when there's too much heat, not enough air?
Where is God when my back hurts? Where is God when the bank messed up my money?
Where is God? If God was in it, that's what we say. If God was in it, that never would have.
Okay.
Who do you think God is now that you found that God is aware? What is God saying to you at this moment? You ever hear that? You heard that so much in church. What's God saying to you? Give me a word from the Lord.
Yeah.
Now, all of these are metaphors and sayings. When you go back and look in awareness, God is doing this, or awareness is observing this like this. Stillness is speaking, but it never opens mouth.
Right.
I'm saying this to bring out how easy it is to be aware of your true identity, or to see your true identity. I'm not using the right word on the end of but what is this saying? I'm not using the right word. What if I am, or what if I'm not? It doesn't change anything.
True. And the point is, we're not doing this broadcast because we're trying to be the most famous people in the world.
Thank you.
Or get millions. So
Thank you.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if million are there or not.
It doesn't matter.
Nothing has changed.
If those that are listening happen to not get it and not like it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The unchanging identity. Mm-hmm. And you know what's so easy?
And I need to say this, sweetheart, that you and I do this because we are, like I said,
we're helping, we're feeding off each other.
It's our self-discoveries.
Yeah.
And we just bring to you what
our
self-discoveries
let's just say discoveries, and we can put a self in if we want to, but we're discovering. What is that discovering is?
No, I don't want to answer that. I can't answer that.
Hey,
wait, before you jump to your notes, we got some comments I need to put.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm through.
Robert says the way was captured, inverted, and distributed as 45,000 versions of Christianity. Exactly. Christ is not, and that's exactly right, Robert. And that's the purpose for us saying, because our audience happens to be a mixture of people who are non-churched and people who have been churched, and they've been steeped in it, in the confines of religion. So they are coming out of that. So while sometimes our language will be of separation language, because they're still we're like a halfway house for people.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you'll hear us talk about the absolute and the oneness and all of this stuff, and sometimes you'll hear us talk about some things that only relate to church people who have been in the confines of religion and trying to break them out of that mindset and that church brain. But it's our discoveries, we're bringing it to you. So whether you agree with what or not, it doesn't really matter.
That's right.
It really does not matter at all.
When we were in school, physically, what do you want to call it, we did not stop going to school. Just pause. We didn't pass a test.
Right.
Or we made a low grade.
Right.
You kept going.
Even if you got retained, you went back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now, in my case, they wouldn't let me be retained. The retainer wasn't working. I had to keep up my brothers and sisters. Here's that memory.
Oh, yeah. Now, here's some more comments. Robert said, God is the one that's washing feet, changing diapers, kissing boo-boos, and awaiting frightened souls to remember. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Robert. And we realize that Jesus is in the trenches.
Uh-oh.
He's in the trenches.
Don't you say that.
He's in the trenches with us. Yes, he's in the trenches with us. As our guru. Here, don't you go there. As our guru, as our teacher, on board as the Christ, the voice of Jesus Christ speaking in us, the voice of Christ, the energy of Christ speaking in us, as us. And so he's in the trenches with us. Like what John said, he didn't walk 6 inches above the goat and the sheep dropping.
That's right.
His feet touched it.
Good Lord have mercy.
So
bless his feet.
We misunderstood. Mm-hmm. We've misunderstood what God in and as us is.
Now, looks to me like their eyes are open and they've never been closed.
Yes.
It looks to me now we are aware we have always been and will always be.
I am now aware. Yes,
I
am now aware. I have not always been aware, but I am now aware that
when you say
that
I am aware,
I am now aware. Yes,
that I heard in your voice it's saying aware, and said I am that.
Type that in.
I am.
Type that in. I am now aware.
Yeah. I am now aware of awareness.
Yeah, they ain't gonna type all that in, but just type in I am now aware. And
I am aware.
I
am aware.
Yeah.
I am awareness.
I am aware. Look, now Jill says this: the ego has hijacked the mind and wants to have authority. Love is kicking it out of every form that it hides in. Isn't that good? Wow. That's good. I like that. And Sinette says it is very lovely that we all are love as default. Oh, that's good.
Say that again, Ann?
Yeah, she said it's very lovely that we all are loved as default.
That's
I
right.
love that. I
That's
love that.
good, Ann.
Even though we forget, we are still loved as
Mm,
default, even the ones we do not like. Oh, that's so good.
that
I
is
love
good.
that, Sinette.
That's
I
good.
love
It brings
that.
that saying things like you guys are saying, all of you in this class is telling us in this class that this whole thing of being on earth is a classroom, and all of the Christ identity is accepting the fact of losing and finding out that it is the real us.
I am now aware.
I am now aware.
I am now
Thank you
aware.
for tuning in to us again. I mean, you tune into yourself in the Christ identity. Let's
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
tuning.
And also type in that love is our default. I love that too. Yes. I love what Sinette brought to us, that wonderful word she brought to us. We are the default. The love is our default. Yes. Yes.
I knew all the time who my daddy was, but I never would say his name when I was growing up. They say, who is that man that you walking with? Who that is that man you sit beside? I said, it's him. I used to call my daddy him.
Okay.
And when I got older, somebody else said, "Is Frank your daddy?" I said, "Yes." And I never did call his name, but everybody else did. I never did call my uncle in his face. I never did call my aunt. I never did call. I did call my brother William and my other brother Joe,
Yeah.
and I called Mama. I didn't call her Lucille. I called her Mama.
Yes.
And when I got older, I said Lucille Robinson, Lucille Sawyer Robinson. That was her name. That was her name. That was a title that was given to her physical anatomy and her mind. But who she was the whole time was the eternal self.
I like the way Sharon combined the two things. She said, I am now aware love is our default.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I love that.
When you say default, what does that mean?
I mean that we automatically go to that. We don't have to try to go to that. We don't have to try to be that. We're automatically there.
That's
like when
I'm
you,
glad because a lot of people don't actually put
they may
what
not
does
know
default
what default
mean?
means.
Yeah, default, and it means what now?
You automatically go that way. It automatically lands that way. It automatically happens that way. It just that's your default.
It sounds like
it's not something you have to think about applying effort for. It just is. Your automatic.
That sounds like there's a back door. That sounds like there's a back door to hell, or a back door to the of awareness to the what we call the fallen self.
Okay.
Or there's a back door to hell, meaning that we are finding out that hell is in the area of the misplaced identity.
Okay, now you're going into a whole different sermon now.
Well,
you know that, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? Yeah. You still messing with it. You're going to try to strike up something else.
Well, I'm gonna
quit.
quit.
You're good. You're good. Jill says, our infrastructure is love.
Yep. I like that. I like that.
Do this. Hit the like button for me. Do that if you would. I would appreciate it. It pushes us up in the algorithm so people can find us easier when they're looking for certain content and that we're talking about. And that will help us also to, when they find us online, they'll find us quicker.
Popeye used to say on them cartoons, "I am that I am."
Popeye was enlightened.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
All right. Now, Jill's already posted this because she said we might go out with the streaming, may go in and out. So we're just, I'm glad she's already done this, but go ahead and do what you need to do as far as giving. We appreciate all of your support.
Thank you for the gifts.
For the broadcast and for Pastor and myself. Thank you so much for all of you guys who continue to honor us with your substance. And we try not to be too pushy with that, but there are still needs that need to be met. And we thank you for you opening your heart enough to give to us and get to give to Cornerstone. And you can do that. It's easy to do that. Or you can see that on your screen. I don't need to repeat that because you can see how to do it. And most of you know how to do that. And Jill's got it in the comment section. So just take the time to hit one of those buttons and send a little something. It doesn't have to be a big gift. Just
Now,
we appreciate every gift
thank
that
you.
you send.
Yeah, there you go.
Every gift that you send.
And you know,
and by the way, thank you, Leslie, if you're still
Yeah,
listening,
thank
for
you.
sending a gift to Pastor and myself.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much. She sends it regularly. Bless her
Been doing
heart.
that for years.
She has, and I appreciate it.
Never missed the time.
And Jill does the same thing. She's so consistently
There's
giving.
a lot of you like that.
Consistently giving, and a lot of you are doing.
And there's some of you helping and giving to us that we don't see you or you don't respond, but we still recognize you also.
Thank
The
you
ones
so
that
much.
agree and disagree, we still recognize you as the love of the Christ.
Oh yeah, because this is not a judgmental space.
No,
It's
it's
not a
not.
judgmental
It's not.
space. And we thank you so much for if you hung in there with us to the very end. Thank you so much. We'll be back on Tuesday night with Pastor Norman, hopefully if he's available. I don't think he was on here this morning.
No.
But if you can come back and be with us on Tuesday at 7, we would appreciate it. Love to have a conversation with you. And I want you to just go and have a wonderful Sunday. Just be blessed.
That's right.
Be blessed.
Keep
So
stepping.
We're going to see you, as John say, on the turnaround.
On the turnaround. Come on back with us on Tuesday at 7.